Hello, and welcome to Captain Quentin Haynie Boater Education. I am Captain Michael Quentin Haynie. I have a 200-ton master's license. I am a broker for Curtis Stokes and Associates, and I do boater education. On this episode, we're going to discuss the handling characteristics of a twin inboard engine vessel. On the board behind me, I have a model of a twin engine vessel. On my bridge console, I have port engine control, starboard engine control, and a rudder angle indicator. Okay, so what are the handling characteristics of a twin engine vessel? If you put the port and the starboard engine in forward, the vessel will track ahead in a straight line. If you put the port and the starboard engine in reverse, then the vessel will track astern in a straight line. If you add rudder to either one of these configurations, with the port and the starboard engine in forward with port rudder, the vessel will track to port. And the same is true if we add starboard rudder, the vessel will track to starboard. If you put both engines in reverse and add port rudder, then the vessel will track to port. And the same is true if you put the rudder to starboard, the vessel will track to starboard. If you put the port engine in forward and leave the starboard engine in neutral, then the vessel will track in a wide arc to starboard. This is because the thrust is coming out from the port side, causing the bow to be pushed to starboard. If we put the starboard engine in forward and leave the port engine in neutral, then the vessel will track to port. If we put the port engine in reverse and leave the starboard engine in neutral, then the vessel will track astern to starboard. This is because the thrust is now being directed out of the front of the boat, causing the stern to track to starboard. If you put the port engine in forward and the starboard engine in reverse, then the vessel will turn in place in a clockwise direction. If you put the port engine in reverse and the starboard engine in forward, then the vessel will track counterclockwise in a stationary point. Now, I have helped many customers buying a boat from me learn how to use these different engine setups in order to operate their vessel in a safe manner that gives them confidence when they are coming in and out of a pier. I have also talked to many other people who have told me horror stories about how they have tried to get their vessel to maneuver in a certain way and have been mortified by the results or simply wanted to get rid of their boat. Today I'm going to show you how to get your vessel to a pier and twin screw the vessel alongside and get your mooring line set. Most of the time, your most difficult situation is going to be coming into a crowded pier for fuel. So, on the board, we have our vessel and we have our pier. When you set yourself up to make this approach, you point your bow at the point to which you want to tie the bow off to. Let's say this piling here. You can kick your port engine in gear and add port rudder, and the vessel will track in a straight line. This is because you have opposing forces. The port engine wants to turn the vessel to starboard, and the port rudder wants to turn the vessel back to port. You can track along very slowly using this technique. Once you get about 10 feet or so away from the pier, bring the engine in neutral and the rudder amidship and allow the boat to glide to the pier. Once you get about 2 feet away from the pier, bring the starboard engine into reverse and allow the stern to begin tracking around. Once the stern is moving, add forward on the port side and the vessel will twist in place. When the vessel is alongside, go in neutral on both engines and allow the vessel to settle into the pier. If you time this right and use these configurations correctly, you will be able to put an egg between you and the pier and not break it. I've had the privilege of working with some of the finest boat handlers that I've ever seen, and they use these configurations to get themselves in and out of all kinds of difficult situations. Go out and practice this. Go out with your spouse and help each other. If you are the captain, remember that you are responsible for everything that happens on that vessel. Use these techniques and become a better boater. Thank you very much for watching. If you like the page, please subscribe and add a comment below. If you have a specific situation that you've run into that's given you some difficulty, send it to me and let me see if I can help. We'll diagram it here on the board. Thank you.